And today's topic is 6 competencies your boss may use to evaluate your job performance. And don't get hung up on the word boss. That could be supervisor, your direct, report. It could be, whatever, the CEO. It could be you. Just get over that and let's just go with the 6 competencies. So really, what are you demonstrating where people are evaluating what you bring to the table and how you can and will move up on the career ladder or into that new position or that next position? And so that's what we're going to focus on today. And I think, okay, I got that straight. And so let's go forward. So here I am, retired Army veteran. Pretty proud of that. Started off as a private in '85 and a homecoming queen in the University of Southern Mississippi. Second lieutenant. Found myself in Saudi Arabia and then went on to 2 more deployments. So a total of 3 combat deployments while on active duty. And then, of course, retired as a 06, which is a colonel in the Army. So amazing career. And then, of course, it was time to come home from that last, that 3rd deployment, and came home to my 14-month-old son, who I had left for 14 months. And I actually wrote a book about that 3rd deployment, deployment, Bronco Strong. It's actually on Amazon. I actually have my shirt on today. Kind of excited about this topic today. And then the reason to retire after serving all those years, and really the Army was good for me, good to me, good for me. I retired because I am Ryan's mom. It was time to do something much more important, critical, right? There you go. So if you are a military veteran or you know some military veterans, go ahead and type 1 for you're the military veteran, or 2 if you know some military veterans. Just type that below. Oh, yes. Yes. I see you. All right, let's go with just a little bit about me. I'm Angela Odom, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Better You Project for women leaders. First thing you and I need to get straight is we're goals friends. First and foremost, we are goals friends. We've got some things that we want to make happen. And so what I do is I help my goal-digging friends achieve success in their careers, their finances, their health, and in their leadership abilities. I'm the creator of the Learn Achievement Model, and also a certified professional development coach, and I'm a proud Army veteran. Better You Project for women leaders. It's a pretty exciting time to be, first of all, just to be a leader, to recognize, acknowledge that you are a person who is intentionally developing skills to lead others. Well, lead yourself first. You can lead teams and you can lead others, right? So today's topic is 6 competencies your boss may use to evaluate your job performance. So every Tuesday at noon, we're right here and we're showing up to discuss topics that are relevant and necessary for women leaders. And I'm glad you're here today. We are going to, focus first of all on, making sure we have a clear understanding of the definition and what we mean. Sometimes people talk past one another, and you're just like, wait a minute, what'd you say? What do you mean by that? So work-related competency is defined as performance behaviors. People can look at you and see, what are you actually doing? So really we're talking about what can we measure? What do we see you doing? And all of these things all the things that you're doing are aligned with your job description, and there's not what your team is doing, it's what you're doing. And of course, it all pertains to the success of the company, the organization. You're aligned with the organizational goals. So we're looking at competency that have been defined within your job description. And so some of the elements of competency skills, now we know that's a no-brainer, right? and knowledge. What do you know? The information that you have bring to the table. Attributes, and then outstanding performance of the task or activities, which is the bottom line, right? It is how you are doing the job that you are being paid to do, or that you're volunteering to do, or you just, you know what I mean? So it could be a paid or volunteer. It could even be an intern, right? In the comments below, I'd like to know which of the elements are you the strongest? When we talk about knowledge and skills, attributes, where are you the strongest? Go ahead and put that down below. I'll wait. Put that below. Okay. All right. So we want to, look at behavior examples. So we're talking about the competencies, 6 competencies that your boss may use to evaluate you in your job performance. So how do they do that? How would she know that you are performing your task to standard, or not to standard, which we hope that's not the case, or above the standard? And that is by behavior examples. So your boss is looking at certain things that you would do. So put those in the categories. In our head or in writing, should be, your performance evaluation. You all should be having a conversation about expectations. And so behavior examples are success indicators. They show how you, as the employee, or the volunteer, or the intern, or the kid, whatever it might be, how you actually performing at a certain level. You are really demonstrating proficiency. Some examples. This is what we're going to look at, is some samples, rather. And so what you need to know for the 6 competencies that we're going to take a look at, we have behavior examples of non-managers and then managers. We're using examples from Emory University. This is a part of their leadership development program. And so just took some of those to give you some case studies, some examples. And so what you need to know is that the 6 competencies, first of all, and the associated behavior examples are not all encompassing. It's not like one checklist you could use, and it's not a replacement for, the managers or the leaders' judgment. And we've only used, or they only use 3 levels of, you might have, when you think about, you're really not doing your job to, bam, you're knocking it out of the park. You only use 3 levels of performance. And so just be mindful of that. Make sense? So these are the 6 competencies that we're going to use today. We're going to look at today on the Better You Project for Women's Leaders again. And so what we're doing every Tuesday at noon, I'm Angela Oderman. I'm coming here to discuss topics that are relevant to women leaders as you are progressing through your career. You're determining and you're assessing, what can I do next? How do I get ahead? How do I better myself? So that's what we're doing. And these are the 6 competencies we're going to look at today: building trust, delivering results, collaboration, communication, taking initiative, and problem solving. I tell you what, that problem solving is it's a big one. And actually, all these are big, but you got to be able to solve some problems, right? The first one, first competency is building trust. You build trust by really showing up, doing what you're supposed to do, having integrity, and really being consistent. Right, building trust. That's how. The question really would be for you, when you trust someone, like I trust you to do this job. What is it you're looking at? And so, guess what? Someone's looking at you to do the same thing. Be that same kind of person. So these are behavior examples as used by Emory University, right? Emory, the hospital. So this is their leader development program. And so I just took these competencies to share with you as an example of what your boss might be looking at for you. And I'm not sure if you've seen this in your job or not in your workplace. And this would be relevant in all settings, whether it's an academic setting, whether you're in the corporate environment, you could even be in the military or any place that you are showing up each day. Building trust, the first competency. Again, I'm Angela Oderman. And so this is a non-manager's view. And so when you are being evaluated on the unacceptable end, just look down the first block, first column, first block. does not behave or express oneself in an open, honest manner. And you go all the way over to the third block under far exceeds expectations. So behaves and expresses oneself in an open and honest manner, is consistent in all cases with what he or she does and says, appropriately handles difficult situations. I'll give you a minute to look at the other ones really quickly, but you can see on that scale of 1 to 5, I want to be on the 5 scale. I want to be trusted, right? And so this is the non-manager's view, and let's go to the manager or supervisor's view, which means that their direct report is, or a higher, probably someone in the C-suite, is looking at their ability to build trust. And again, these are behavior examples. And so the behavior, of course, going from 1 to 5. On the scale of 1 to 5, 1 being unacceptable, which means you're not building trust. I don't trust you. I don't trust you to do this particular task, right? And then on the other end of that scale being 5. And so let's just look at this really quickly. We're going to look at the first block in the first column under unacceptable. At times does not behave or express self in an open or honest manner, is inconsistent in what they say and do. That's harsh. Struggles in difficult situations. And then on the other end of that 5 spectrum, or far exceeds expectations, really always behaves and expresses itself in an open and honest manner, always consistent in what they say and do, is discreet and professional. Let's just talk about that for a minute. Discreet. If you're a supervisor and a manager, you better be discreet, right? You don't want to have everybody's personal business all in the street. So that's huge. And then demonstrates advanced skill and tact in handling difficult situations and sensitive matters. You got to be trusted, right? Nobody's going to come to you as a manager or supervisor if you're not, if I can't trust you to hold on to what's going on with me as an individual or the company or our team or our particular work project, right? So competency number 2, delivering the results. You gotta, if you're working somewhere, then you gotta deliver results. There's just like no way around that, really. It's not like if you've been trained properly, then you should be able to deliver the results, meaning you're taking care of that task. You're finishing the task, right? And so this would be an example, again, of from the non-manager behavior example of the competency delivering results, which is number 2. So we go from the unacceptable scale is selective in amount of effort given. That's like laughable, right? It's selective, like sometimes you just there. What does that mean? You just show up and taking in oxygen. And then on the far end, on 5, it says far exceeds expectations under that block, achieves excellence in all tasks and goals. Now that's hey, that's what I want on my team. And then we go to the supervisor and manager view. This is the competency number 2, delivering results. These are behavior examples. So what will I see when I look to determine whether or not you are meeting the standard in delivering results? But unacceptable is at times that does not behave or express self in an open and honest manner, is inconsistent in what they say or do, and struggles in difficult situations. Wow, that manager right there's got some problems, right? So we go over to delivering results at the manager and supervisor level. For 5, it would be always behaves and expresses self in an open and honest manner, always consistent in what they say or do. I can trust you, right? Is discreet and professional, demonstrates advanced skills and tact in handling difficult situations and sensitive matters. Yeah, I like that. Far exceeds. So share your comments below about delivering results. Just type yes or no. Do you deliver results, or are you kind of just showing up? Whether you're the non-manager or supervisor level, whichever one. Competency number 3 is collaboration. And really, you've seen that thing. You've got to be able to work well with others. So you're collaborating, or either you're competing, which is has its own place, but mostly you want to collaborate, right? So we go to collaboration and looking at the behavior examples here. for a non-manager, and it is does not treat all people with the same level of respect, dignity, or fairness. Oh, I don't like that one, right? But on the far exceeds expectations, consistency. It says in all cases, treats everyone with dignity, respect, and fairness. Is easy to approach and helpful. Wow, that's the person I want to work with, right? And then on the supervisor level, supervisor and manager level, it's really the same thing. It'd be for collaboration. Does not treat all people with dignity, respect, and fairness. So again, this is what your boss, your supervisor, is observing of you to determine whether or not you are, meeting this particular competency, which is collaboration. So what does that mean? They're evaluating you for another position or, something in the company. And that's not acceptable thing. If you can't treat people with dignity, respect, and fairness, that's a problem. And so far exceeds expectations, as you can imagine it is a role model for consistently treating all people with dignity, respect, and fairness, inspires and ensures that others do so as well, which means they're holding other people accountable, right? If they're not treating people with dignity and respect. So collaboration, we want to work well with others. This should be a simple one, right? Do you collaborate? Type yes or no down in the comments. Type yes or no. All right, I'll wait on you. Go ahead. Type yes or no. Competency number 4, communication. And so we know there are verbal and nonverbal communication, written and verbal, then verbal and nonverbal. But we could talk all day just on competency of communication. We're going to continue to focus on behavior examples for non-managers and for supervisors and managers. And so we have this non-manager example, right? So what is it your boss is going to see for communication of competencies? If we go again on a scale of 1 to 5, unacceptable would be seldom shares information that is important to others without prompting or questioning. Like, I gotta pull it out of you? Shut your big old mouth. Right? And then you go to the far end, which far exceeds expectation, like provides regular, consistent, and meaningful information to others, and ensures appropriate individuals are informed. And yes, I'm reading this because I want to make sure that we focus on the content, and that you really get the examples that I want you to get out of this, right? And then we'll look at the supervisor or manager level, and what's unacceptable and what far exceeds expectation. Pretty much the same as the manager, really. You want to, the whole point is to look and see what your boss is observing of you, like what you're actually demonstrating. So like I said to my son, what really matters is what you demonstrate. He comes home from school and is like, I don't know why she said that. Why your teacher said that? What? Why your teachers? No, it's what you did. It's what she saw. She saw you do this, A, B, and C, right? So communication. So look at the examples here. I'm going to give you a minute, a few seconds to look at this one right here. This is pretty in depth, and I know I would assume that most of you all are looking to be supervisors and managers if you're not already in that position. So I want to give you a minute to look through these, and you want to make sure that you are demonstrating that you have great communication skills. So I'd love to see your comments. Do you demonstrate effective communication skills? Just type yes or no down below, and I will give you a minute to do that. Okay, so the fifth competency, we're looking at 6 of them today, 6 competencies today, and take an initiative. Wow, I kind of like this one a lot, right? Because you really want, I personally, as someone in a leadership position, I would rather have to pull you back and hold you back because you're so eager to get it done. You got to take an initiative as opposed to have to push you forward. I'm like, oh my God, every day I got to do that? Come on, give me some people that want to do the job, right? So taking initiative is huge. So when we look at the behavior examples for a non-manager, and again, we're looking at the scale from 1 to 5, right? Unacceptable is seldom takes action to improve outcomes, process, or measurements. Really, just whatever you tell me to do, that's what I'm going to do. That's what that looks like. And then on the 5 scale, far exceeds expectations, actively seeks out ways on your own to improve outcomes, processes, and measurements. You look at something like, you know what, I see this wire sticking out. Let me tell somebody about that. Take initiative to get it done, right? That's the manager's view. And then the supervisor, or that was a non-manager view previously. This is the supervisor and manager's view here. So, I mean, imagine that if your boss, supervisor, whatever it is, never sees you attempt to improve outcomes, you're going to be fired. Let's just stop playing, right? And then on the other end of that, you consistently, in all cases, seeks out ways on your own to make improvements. That's huge. That's a good thing, right? And so in the comments below, do you routinely take initiative? Just type yes or no, whichever way. I'm going to wait for you on that one. I hope you say yes. If it's not like far exceeds in that column, you're not demonstrating those behavior examples, and perhaps you are in the middle, right? Do it sometimes. Take some initiative. And then the final competency we'll look at today is problem solving. So we'll look at the manager's listing of behavior examples. And this, again, is what your boss would see you doing, right? You would demonstrate this. And so on the unacceptable column, the first block, you see that it says seldom considers multiple sides of an issue. What? And then they don't even look at the consequences before making a decision. Wow. Yeah, that's hard, right? And then on the far exceeds expectations, we break down the problems into fundamental parts, identifies root causes, and addresses problems in ways that lead to innovative solutions. Say example, that same thing I mentioned earlier about you see a wire sticking out somewhere. Well, guess what? You're like, that's dangerous. So you do something about it to solve that problem, not just like, not my job. So that's pretty good. And then from the supervisor and manager's view, you being in a supervisory position, manager position, your boss would observe you on the unacceptable part, seldom doing anything, right? Seldom looking at the root cause of things. You just don't even understand the consequences or looking at consequences before you make a final decision. Then, of course, on the other end of that, which is where we want to be, generate innovative, elegant solutions that are aligned with the mission and vision, right? So those were pretty good examples, behavior examples. So do you solve problems regularly? That should be like a big resounding yes, yes, yes. So type yes or no in the comments below. Let's see. All right. So we have, I thought that was pretty interesting look. Look at the competencies that your boss may use to evaluate your job performance. So sometimes people come to me, say, hey, I was looking for, some feedback. How am I doing, right? And so you as the boss should be able to tell them along the way. Don't wait till the evaluation time, right? Along the way, how they can improve, and you can have examples of what they're doing or what you see them doing or what you hear them doing, because people are going to talk, Lord have mercy. And then you can actually steer them in the right direction. We want to set people up for success. That's what we want. So these, again, just to wrap up for the 6 competencies your boss may use to evaluate your job performance. And so you look at the competencies of building trust, delivering results, collaboration, communication, taking initiative, and problem solving. You want to be on the scale of far exceeding expectations, right? So how do you do that? You step back and you have a communication with your boss, with your direct report, with your supervisor about the expectations. First of all, looking at your job description, your position description, understanding what's actually expected of you routinely, right? Look at what is expected of you, and when you were hired, what did they want you to do? Are you doing that? You're getting paid to do something. So go back. I would say go back to square one. Go back to the fundamentals and understand what's expected of you in writing, and that would come from what you were hired to do. And then of course things evolve. So go back and make sure you have great communication with your direct report, your boss, right? And understand the overall mission of the organization. Make sure you're in alignment with the organizational goals and vision and objectives. Know where you fit. And then look at how your boss evaluates your job performance. And let's get after it, right? Let's get after it. So that's it's been yet another great discussion on this Tuesday. So I'm going to see you next Tuesday. In the meantime, I'd like to invite you to join other like-minded gold diggers, right? And again, what I said in the beginning is that first and foremost, you and I are goals friends, right? And so I'm helping gold digging women leaders. We have an online Better You community. And so you just go to angelaodom.com and look at community, click on it. Fill in the information, and we'll see you on the other side. All right. With that said, I'll see you next Tuesday, and I look forward to coaching you to become a better version of yourself. Right. All right. Take care, and you can also give me a high five down in that like this, or like a double high five. All right, y'all take care. Enjoy your day, and I look forward to hearing from you.